Hey, y'all. We are live. Super excited about tonight. Instagram being still a little bit funny. So let me get it set up here. We're super excited about tonight. We're going to be talking about the 10-day challenge, our team, about what to do. So as you come on, do me a huge favor. Tag somebody that you think is looking for energy, focus, mood, sleep, or fat loss, or really just better. Looking for better. 10-day challenge. All right. I don't know. Instagram is being so funny. Hey guys, so what I want you to do is I want you to come on, tell me where you're from. Where are you from? And if you currently are drinking ketones, what is your favorite flavor? I'm going to get Instagram up. We have tons of people on Instagram that are wanting to be part of this. Looking for better. Oh, and here we go. We're up. Instagram. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. That's on me. Hi, Diane. How are you? Y'all, if you don't know me, my name is Dustin Schaefer. I am a keto pro. What does that mean? That means I made it up. That's what it means. But I do know a lot about ketones. I've been in ketosis for nearly all my adult life. I'm going to bring on a really cool guest here. And Jennifer, man, stay tuned because I'd like to bring you on too if you can go live. If you're in a situation, I know Jennifer is out in Las Vegas or just getting there. But over the last 8 days, we're on day 8, day 9's tomorrow. We've been doing the 10-day challenge. And it's completely shifting people's lives. It makes them feel better. They're living better. Brian, what's up, Brian? How are you? So Sarah, how are you doing, Sarah? So what I want to do is if you're a guest on here, somebody invited you to learn about this, you can tell I get excited. I'm excited about the mission to 1 million, which I think is backwards for you guys. But I'm excited about changing people's lives. So do me a huge favor. If you're currently drinking ketones, I want you to put down what's your favorite flavor. I want you to put down where are you from. And this is important because we are a global team, an international team all around the world. We have people in Mexico, people in Canada, people in Australia, Bahrain, the UK, Northern Ireland, Scotland, most of Europe. We have people in the United States, all throughout the United States, and in so many other areas that people are getting product to. And it's really cool to see people's life change. We got cotton candy as a good flavor. Oh, that's super awesome. So tonight is a little different. We've been coaching every night at this time. I've been doing some coaching and for our 10-day challenge group. So over the last 8 days, we've had 50 people do this challenge with us. And I want to get some of their feedback. So if you're currently doing the challenge with us, I want you to just in the chat, I want you to just put down what's one benefit you got of doing this challenge so far of 8 days? What's something that you learned about you and what's the result you got in the last 10 days? And we're going to take a second, just talk about it. I'm going to talk about ketones. I'm going to give you a couple stories, and then I'm going to tell you what you can do to change your life. If you're looking to change your life, I want to give you what it looks like. And Janet, I'll be coming live with you in just a minute. So in the chat, I want you to start communicate with me in the chat. So y'all, if you get to know me, I was one of those kids. I didn't learn to read as a kid. I couldn't get into college. I didn't have enough brain power. I didn't understand my brain, how it worked. And I realized I wasn't dumb. So that was my youth. And then I went in the Marine Corps. I went and played college football after that. It broke my body down. I got sick. I got messed up. I had brain injury. I had autoimmune stuff. I had joint problems. I just had problems in my 20s. And I stumbled on a keto diet by accident. I went 14 days with no food. 5 days in, I woke up. And I realized that I can change my life. Now, after spending lots of money, lots of time and energy hiring doctors around the world to get better, I realized there's some power in me. Now, it doesn't mean those doctors didn't have wisdom, but there was power in me. And I started my keto journey nearly 20 years ago. And for 15 years, I taught it. And I worked with the top coaches in the world. I've been able to collaborate with some pretty amazing people on human optimization, human performance. So I taught this to so many people. But over the last 5.5, 6 years, we found the cheat code. We found the shortcut. Don't say shortcut and cheat go together because it sounds like a different word. But we found the cheat code, the shortcut. And I will not. I had a guy goes, well, will you coach me on the ketogenic diet? I go, no. I won't. I'll teach you how to drink ketones and how to change your life forever. Because for 15 years, when I taught people how to do the keto diet, they all quit. Everybody quit. Nobody stuck to it. But over the last 5.5 years, people all over the world have been sticking to it. Come here, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. He's doing his what are those called? Snap words. He's learning how to read better, aren't you? You're already a good reader. All right, go downstairs. Okay, I'll walk a little later. Okay.
And having ones with some like X check mark. I think I'm right, but I don't know.
Okay, we'll practice them later. That's my boy Alexander. Alexander is a stud. He's a good kid. So at the end of the day, waist size is smaller. Dwayne Danner down 8. Day 8. His waist size smaller. That's awesome. But y'all, I want to let you know that I'm very fortunate to host the largest ketone events in the world. That's what this is right here. I'm very fortunate to work with the top doctors and researchers in the global, the most respected people you could imagine behind the science of this. This is a game changer. And we're going to take a second. I'm going to share a couple stories with you, and then I'm going to get you how you can get started on this. If you want to do the challenge with us, what does that look like? And then if you want to do more than that, what does that look like? So I'm going to bring on a special guest, Janet. If you can hit me a little message, Janet. I'm going to bring Janet on. Janet's she's an amazing individual. She's somebody that I've gotten to know really well over the last few years. I'm going to bring her on. And if you don't mind, Jennifer, go to Facebook, because I'm going to bring you on Facebook. But I got Janet here on it, and we're going to have a little conversation. Now, I wasn't able to use my other technology, so we're going to do this differently. There we go. We're going to do this a little differently. And so, Janet, hi, how are you?
Hey, I just got done playing a tennis match. I'm exhausted.
Oh, hey, that's cool. Hey, Facebook, can you guys hear Janet? Can you hear Janet all right? All right, Janet. Janet, how old are you?
Oh, why do we always go with that?
Because that's real life. That is real life right there. I go, how old are you? Because when people hear what she's about to do, you're not going to think she's right now on Facebook. How old do you think Janet is? Actually, let's hold off on that question. All right, Janet, I want you to answer this question. How many push-ups did you do today?
I did 150.
What? I said 100. You did 150?
I did.
So now, hey, she's doing the challenge. Are you doing the 10?
Yes.
Are you doing the 10-day challenge with us?
I am.
Okay. So Janet's doing the 10-day challenge, but Janet's at a different challenge level. Not everybody's at there. We got Peg on here. Peg, how old are you? Peg is 77, and she did modified burpees and modified planks and modified everything because it fit her needs. So Janet, 5 years ago, could you have done 150 push-ups?
No.
How many push-ups? How many push-ups do you think you could have did 5 years ago?
5 years ago, maybe 10 on my knees, maybe 20.
All right. So everybody, really quick, how old do you guys all think Janet is? Now, Janet, tell me your ketone story. What happened before you started drinking ketones? What's happened now, and what do you like so much about doing challenges?
Okay, so I've been drinking ketones for 5 years. I started at the very beginning, and so, we had to go through a bunch of learning experiences at the beginning. We'll just say it like that, right? And there was only 2 flavors. There's chocolate and orange, and it wasn't as exciting as it is now, but I kept drinking at least one a day the first year. I believe the second year was when I started incorporating 2 a day. I was a size 16, and I was fat. I had a lot of fat. And so the reason why I started drinking ketones was honestly for fat loss, because I heard that was one of the benefits. The benefit that I noticed when I first started drinking them was sleep. So I knew there were 3 or 4 or 5 different benefits from the ketones. I had no idea what ketones were. I'm a blue. If anybody knows what that means. I don't care about the science part. I don't care about the information part. All I care is, okay, I trust you. Justin says it works. Let's go with it and see what happens and try it for 4 or 5 months. So better sleep. My kids and people at my work started noticing about 3 months. They were asking me what I was doing because I was different. So obviously my mood was changing. But I went from a size 6 to a size 12 in probably 3 years, 2 years of drinking them consistently. And the benefits changed drastically as the longer I kept drinking them. And I'm afraid to not drink them. I'm afraid to stop drinking them.
What would you say those benefits have been? I mean, here now, let's fast forward a little bit. You started doing PRX, and you have a bunch of...
It'd be a year, yeah. It'd be a year with PRX and ketones. July 10th.
And you've been pushing yourself. Okay, let's do this. You have cousins all over the states. Like, just rattle off a few people and what's one benefit they got. These are all different people all over the place.
Some of the cousins, they've been drinking ketones since probably January, February, March. And so Nikki's on here, and energy and better sleep. Mimi's on here, and she can focus better. Nurse Petaway, focus, better mood. Her mom, they're all happy. Andrea's on here. Andrea said the same thing. Her mood swings, her mood change. Fat loss has been a benefit for some of these. Tanda's on here. Better mood, energy. There's some cousins that are on here that are like, wow, what is this? Like, it's the magic potion. You know what I mean? Because it's the energy. There's no way in the world, once you guys find out how old I am, I would be able to do fasted cardio and 2 1-hour PRX workouts every day for 5 days. There's no way without the ketones I'd be able to manage that. And I think the cousins agree. The cousins see my energy and they want to know what I'm doing and they want it.
That's awesome. Well, let's do this. Let's not hold you any more delayed. Okay, y'all. So here's Janet. She is size 16. She didn't like how she looked. She didn't like how she was feeling. Her energy was low. She wasn't sleeping very well. And she had to make a change. She had to make a shift. And that starts with the challenge. You start challenging yourself. Start getting going in the right direction. I was listening to Denzel Washington today, and he goes, fall forward. Don't fall backwards. Start something and fall forward. And we've learned a lot, like Janet says, over the last 5 years. So Janet, here she's working out multiple times a day throughout the week. She's inspiring hundreds of people all over the country to change their life. And Janet, you did 150 push-ups today, and you couldn't do 10 a few years ago. Let me ask you this question. How old do you think Janet is? Let's hear it.
They said I'm 21.
How old do you think Janet is? How many 20-year-olds could do 150 push-ups? How many 30-year-olds could do 150 push-ups? Can your kids even do that many, Janet? No. Y'all, what's the switch? What's the change? What's the shift? This created momentum. The challenge pushed Janet into a place to take a higher level of responsibility in health and vitality. So, Janet, how old are you?
I am 50.
50 years old, 5-year-old. She's got me by 5.5 years. Janet, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking a few moments with us.
Yes.
I truly, truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And what I want to do is really quick, as I want to explain why this happened. Why did she talk about energy and mood and fat loss? Those are the most common things people want. Energy, mood, and fat loss. Energy, mood, and fat loss. Well, ketones are an energy source. Our bodies are starving every single day. You're eating food, but your body's not getting the food. If that makes sense, it's not getting into the cell. It's not getting into the brain. Even though you're eating the organic apple, it's not getting there very well. Ketones are an energy source that gets into your body, gets into your brain, it gets into you, and you start noticing stable, steady energy. But guess what? That same energy helps you sleep at night. You need energy when you sleep. You just don't want to be stimulated with caffeine. Most people don't understand that you need energy. Most people wake up every night because they have lack of energy. Their body goes into this, how do I survive and how do I do this? And it wakes up to go feed. When you have ketones elevated, it has a sustainable energy. The second thing it does is it fuels your brain, which then balances out your mood. So you don't seem so wackadoodle. Anybody else a wackadoodle out there? My wife calls me a wackadoodle. She calls me an oodle loop. I got all these names. But you tend to calm down, be more focused to get things done that you know how to do. You know not to overreact. Well, this is all scientifically based. And then the last one is fat loss. People notice less cravings, less hunger. I always say this, y'all ain't dumb. I hate saying it that way, but we don't need to talk about what's bad. We need to, what you should be, at least better things. But what's happening is you have all these cravings and emotions and everything towards food. Well, when you don't have the mood all over the place, when you don't have the cravings, when you have sustainable energy, you start making the better choice. And then we give you coaching and guidance to do that. That's why I love the challenge so much. It gives you some coaching, teaches you how you could work, give you some challenges, walk this many steps, eat this today, go to bed at this time, read this. So we give challenges to get you set up to start the success, to ultimately find your path. And Janet, I would say you found your path, you found that process, And now you're inspiring other people do the same thing. So that's why ketones work so well. That's why people that are trying the keto diet will ultimately quit the keto diet and come to drinking ketones, because it's the shortcut. It's the cheat code. It's the reason why we don't walk to work anymore. It's the reason why we don't use the old phones with the cords on them in the kitchen. The reason why we use cell phones, the reason why we have automobiles, the reason why we have airplanes, because it is simpler. And it allows you to get more efficient, get more done in less time, and still enjoy your life. And that's why the 10-day challenge is such a good starting point to get people started. So, y'all, we do these challenges continuously. Now, here's the cool about the challenge is that you can start the challenge anytime you want. And I'm going to give you a little how to do it over the next 10 days or when you get your product. You can start the challenge any day you want. You can do it on your own. But you can also get together with a team leader. We have multiple team leaders all over the world, and they may have a challenge group together, and we do it every month. We do a different one every single month. You might do one with a different team leader every 2 months. What's neat about it is you can kind of find a way. You can even start your own challenge group if you want and do it over 10 days. Now, what the days look like, and it's going to vary from coach to coach because we're going to adapt to the personalities. If I'm with a bunch of professional athletes, it's going to be different than if I'm with Janet and the cousins, or if I'm with Peg from Ohio, it's going to be different, or Kathy Berry down 250 pounds. It's going to be different for everybody that we're doing it with. So we try to find the coaching to fit the model, right? So what happens is you get your challenge kit. Right? The challenge kit comes with 20 servings of product, or you can use some other product that you like, another flavor that you like. And then I recommend getting 1 or 2 24 fast and getting a reboot kit. Now, whoever invited you can teach you how to do that, but it gives you the perfect kit to optimize your experience. So you can do the ketones, we can play with some fasting, which helps accelerate results. And we get to teach you that whole process. But what's going to happen is you're going to drink ketones in the morning. When you wake up, you drink your ketones before 9 o'clock. Unless you have a night shift, you'll just kind of adjust all the times. But you drink the ketones in the morning. You're going to drink them over 40 minutes. They taste delicious. This is my favorite, strawberry peach. But we have a variety of flavors you can try. We have it in caffeine and caffeine-free. Here's the next step. Is most of the challenge, you're going to eat when you're hungry. You're going to stop when you're full. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. But let's be honest, 80 to 90% people come for fat loss. So we're going to do during the challenge, we're going to kind of have you start cutting out the carbohydrates, focus on protein and vegetables around 12 o'clock and protein and vegetables around 6 o'clock. Okay. And then you have an optional second serving in the afternoon for those days that you need it. You might start out with 1 and then you work up to 2 over 10 days or even a little bit after. You can play with that and we'll teach you that whole process. And then what's going to happen is we're going to maybe give you some other challenges. We do planks. We like to do push-ups. We like to do walking challenges. We like to do mindset positivity challenges, gratitude challenges. We like to do other fun things so that you improve who you are. Our mission is to help people become the best version of themselves, not for you to become Janet. Maybe you're starting where she had 10 push-ups and maybe you're trying to get to 15. You know, I gave her a challenge of 100. She did 150. Like, that to me is inspiring, because if she can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I went from not being able to read to doing Zooms and hosting events all over the world. Like, you can do whatever you set your mind to go do. The challenge is a kickstart for you to get started. And the process is really, 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 really simple. We have some support products that we'll talk about, but the primary product is right here. And it's really simple. You get back to whoever invited you, you get your product, and then you start your challenge. You can start it on your own, or you can start it with your team, and you get to do this, enjoy it, have fun, but you got to plug in. You got to plug into this amazing community. Shannon, I want to ask you one more question while you're still on. What is so special about being part of this team and this community for your success?
The team is everything. The team is honestly the reason why I kept coming back. The workshops, the conventions, the epic, all the stuff we did, the family, the Prove It family was for me. I quit drinking alcohol 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years in September. For me, it was this healthy family that I could go to and feel wanted and loved and not have to be in that party and bar scene for the fun. The fun was in the community at these at these, at the Moore and at the workshops, and the speakers and the talent that our CEO brought in to help us find ourselves and our self-worth and to better us was worth every dime that I ever spent on any of the workshops. And so, I've been going for a while. I go to all the events, but the events really for me are like 100% a positive thing that I have to go to better myself, to fill my cup up, to overfill my cup up, to get me motivated to keep going, to better myself, to be able to help and better others. So 100%.
That's awesome.
Definite.
Well, hey y'all.
Coming to Vegas.
Yes, we'll see you in Vegas. Hey, you guys, anybody wants to come to Vegas, they can come to Vegas. We're literally leaving in a couple days. Come to Vegas, have fun with us. But here's what I want to say is that if you're right now did the challenge with us, I want you to put down what's one benefit. I know Christy said the challenge was amazing. Kathy Berry down 250 plus pounds. She said healthy family. What I know is that when you get out into the world, not everybody has a lot of positivity or is healthy or taking care of themselves. Get around people that have what you want and do what they did in your style. That's the motto, right? So get around people that have what you want. And that's why I love this team, Prove It, the community, is because that's what we have. And so I'm going to bring another lady on in just a second. But before I do that, so Jennifer, you get ready. Before I do that, we talk about this team. So we have a team. It's the mission to 1 million. We want to change 1 million lives every single year. And over the last 5.5 years, we've been able to hit the 1 million mark over 5.5 years. But now we want to get it to every single year. And what I know is that there's people out there that want to help. And if you're a person that wants to help to be part of that mission, we have places for you to play a role. And that's going to look different. The number one thing you have to do is you have to get healthier. You have to use the product and get healthier. You got to be a product of the product. Now, you don't have to do these in order. You can start all at once. The second thing you have to do is you have to help a couple people to get your product for free. Like you have to. If you're not getting free, who's getting free ketones? If you can put free ketones, if you're getting free ketones, put down free ketones. I've gotten free ketones for 5.5 years, y'all.
Right.
You can go. You can get free ketones. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Shannon's down like 100 plus pounds, completely changing her life, leading the way, which is super awesome too. Sandy's a motivator. Sandy, I love your story. What an amazing story. So what the cool thing about this is that cost should not be a limitation. Your cost to your health is worth whatever it is, but if we can get it for free, it should be really costful. The other flip side of that is that I haven't met a person in this world. I haven't met one person in this world, and I know a lady. They're worth $50 million, and she still wanted money. Why? Because she had some dream she wanted to do it, and she accomplished it. It was actually a really cool experience. I'm not going to tell her name, but it was really, really cool experience. But if you get healthy and if you get your product for free, there's no reason you can't make some extra side income. And we have that. You can come join our team. We're going to give you coaching. We're going to give you mentorship. We're going to give you leadership and guidance for your side gig. A good friend of mine said this. He goes, listen, Dustin, he goes, your full-time job pays your bills, but your side gig should create your fortune. And I was like, man, I wish I would have had a side gig when I was in my 20s. I waited till I was almost 40. That was just too late. Come on. So if you're interested in that opportunity, if you're interested in doing the challenge, if you're interested in ketones, what I want you to do is, this is really important. Get back to whoever invited you. Now, keep in mind, they're probably not a ketone expert. They're probably not a business expert. They probably don't know all the answers to your questions, and they're probably going to connect you to a person or resources or tools. Love them for that. Give them a hug for that, because they shouldn't know it all. I've been doing keto for 20 years, and I don't know it all. So why would somebody expect your neighbor to know it all if I don't? And I've been doing this a long time. I rely on researchers and experts. I rely on business partners to answer questions for me as I was learning and growing. That's important. If you took all the time, if Elon Musk had to learn everything he knows today to start his businesses, he would have never started anything. Does that make sense? He started and learned along the way. Whoever invited you might be doing the same thing. So appreciate that. Let them connect it to somebody, but do this challenge with us. Start changing your life. Now, it's not done with the challenge. Janet's been doing this for 5 years. The challenge is the kickstart. Is to get to meet the community. It's get to know what you are capable of doing and get to start to experience ketones for the first time, or to re-experience them, or to elevate your game. Because I do the challenge every month, and I've been drinking ketones for 6 years, so I don't stop challenging myself, right? That's what makes sense. That's why Janet does 150 push-ups. So if you're interested in drinking ketones, get back to whoever invited you. If you're interested in doing a challenge with us, get back to whoever invited you. If you're interested in free product, get back whoever invited you. It's not hard. It's actually simple. It's both. It's easy and simple. I don't say that very often. And the last thing, if you want to join our mission, our team, and you want to change lives with us and financially get a little kickback, and I promise you it can be more than a little kickback, get back to whoever invited you and be part of this movement. Be part of this. I'm not going to talk about the movement of ketosis, but if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a visionary, this is the biggest conversation in the world in 7 years from now. We have 7 years to take advantage of this. It's going to be the biggest conversation in the world in 7 years from now. You can quote me on that. And so get started now. We're not even scratching the surface. But Janet, I appreciate you. I'm going to bring over Jennifer. We're going to take a little bit more time. Jennifer, man, she just got to Las Vegas. She just flew in. I haven't met her in person yet, but she's from a small town just south of me where I grew up in northern Iowa. I grew up in southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. I got to see if I can bring her on here. There she is, approved. So I want to bring her on. I want her to share a couple things while you guys. I think you have a little X. Do you not have an X? Or you can just talk quietly. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm on the way to the
You're
airport.
on the way to Las Vegas. Hey, why are you going to Las Vegas?
Well, to meet you and a bunch of the rest.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I told you to, right?
Well, yeah, that too.
You listen to your coaches when they give you guidance and it's working. You always listen to your coaches. Janet will tell you the same thing. Listen to your coaches. Hey, tell me your story. You started drinking ketones what, in January?
January 28th.
And then what's happened? How many pounds of fat are you down since January?
I'm having a hard time hearing you for some reason.
How many pounds of fat are you down since January?
45 pounds.
45. How do you feel?
I feel awesome. Probably better than I ever have.
That is amazing. Now, how much more confident do you feel? I mean, would you even done a lot like this 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
No. Next time I'd appreciate a little heads up so I can fret and fear for about at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, y'all. You want to just go for it. I learned that from Brian Underwood, the CEO, but he goes, just go, just jump. Because the more you think about it, the more you actually get in your OODA loop and the slower you go. So, Janet, really quick, let's give some shout out to everybody in Iowa. Name a few people and just some of the benefits they've gotten of the product and of this challenge.
Well, myself, energy, like I say, that was first. I've seen it benefit their sleep, brain focus, motivation. I think momentum. I've really seen in the last 9 days, just motivation and people doing things they never dreamed they could. Here we are.
That's awesome. You guys know I'm in northern Minnesota. I don't have you stand just for a second here, Jen. I'm from southern Minnesota. Northern Iowa's not far. My family, a lot of my family grew up right down the road from Jennifer, and it's just I have this passion to change where I grew up, change the lives around it. But it's hard because it's like they know me as the goofy kid, athlete guy. Like I don't have that much power in my own town, which is kind of weird. And I can go to Singapore and meet more people than I can in my own town. It's kind of weird, right? So to get Jennifer to have her come on board through my cousin, it was really, really cool. And Jennifer, how many people have you been able to impact and help over the last 4 or 5 months?
I'm going to say at least about 20.
20 people. Could you imagine that? I think it's more than 20, by the way. It's probably 35, but I'll double check. I can check really quick and I'll text you back. But I think it's around 35. But do you ever think that you're probably one of the number one coaches in your hometown?
No, and as a matter of fact, I had someone ask me the other day, okay, are you the coach and Dustin's the mentor, or how's this work? I didn't know how to answer that, really.
We're all coaches, we're all mentors, because here's what I can tell you. I don't know what it's like to lose 47 pounds, right? I don't know what it's like to be a female in my 30s or 40s. We need everybody. I have some wisdom, I have some education backgrounds that you guys can utilize, but we're all coaches. We all have the ability to mentor and guide somebody. You're probably more of a mentor at the moment, mentoring other people to make the choices, encourage them, support them, and you're maybe not telling them what to do. Now, you have that capability, I can tell. I can tell. You have the capability to tell people what to do. But I just wanted to give you a big shout out and appreciate you committing to this. I know it wasn't a straight line. I know it can get a little bit bumpy along the way. And I know some people go start and quit. and you can't help them for quitting. I always tell people, I was listening to Denzel Washington earlier, and I was listening to Will Smith, and Will Smith says, always fail fast, fail often, and fail forward, right? And Denzel Washington says, you never fall backwards, only fall forward. And I was just like, this is amazing. It's gold. But I didn't understand it 6 years ago, but I understand it today. And that's what I've seen you do. You had a tendency to want to go this way, but now you're falling this way. And what's cool is you're going to challenge yourself this weekend in Las Vegas, and you're going to have some, okay, what's going on? It's going to be a good growth. And I get to meet your amazing husband, right, when I get there?
Yep, he's driving.
Woohoo! Hey, do you know that we have supercars on Friday?
Yep, I'm getting all the texts.
You gotta put him in a supercar. He and I are gonna take a spin. Or a helicopter. Well, he's coming. We're gonna figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll talk tomorrow. But you guys, if you're interested in changing your life, this is what I can tell you. If you don't do this, what are you gonna do? This is what I can tell you. I'm gonna kick you off, Ben, just real quick. Hey, if you don't do this, what it is. Brian, our CEO, said this to me one time. He goes, listen, if you're not gonna, you've always been destined to do more. You've always been destined to do better. I didn't say destined. He goes, you just have been. He goes, you've been destined to have a healthy, fit body. You've been destined to be a great father, a great mother. You've been destined to run a marathon or be fit or to make $1 million or to travel the world. You have been. If you don't do it now, when will it be? Number one. Number two, he goes, if you don't do this, what is it? And he really got me in my head because I was sitting there thinking like, I gotta go for something. Now, everybody's in a starting place. What I can tell you is that I've learned the 3 truths all over the world. No matter where I go, it's the same 3 ones. People want to get healthier, people want to help other people, and people want more money. Constant. I've never met anywhere in the world where it's not that. And so the question is when do you want to get started? Where do you want to get started? Do you want to start with your health? Do you want to start with your helping other people? Or do you want to start financially change your life or do them all together? It's up to you. Just get back whoever invited you. And if you have dreams or goals of being healthier, fit, or better off, or whatever it is, if it's not this, find something, find a community, find a team, and go do it. And don't stop until you're there. Don't stop until you're there. Don't stop until you're there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I get super, super excited. As you can tell, we're 30 minutes in. I'm going to stay on for a few minutes. If you guys have questions, just hit me a message right now. Just type one in the chat. I'll answer your questions. In the meantime, do me a couple favors. If you know anybody that wants to change your life, share these videos to them. If you don't watch this and get somewhat inspired, they're not ready. Does that make sense? If they don't want to see what Jennifer was nervous. 40. I mean, you would have asked her, could you lose 47 pounds? I don't think she would have said yes. I think when she started, she would have said no. But what she did, she didn't quit. She plugged in. She drank her ketones, and she failed forward. She made mistakes and kept going forward and kept going forward and kept going forward. And Janet's the same thing. And so if you want to get successful, come be part of something is already successful in a team in the community that's doing that. So wackadoo since day one I was born. That's funny. All right, questions. I'm here. I'm scrolling through Facebook. I got kind of behind a little bit, so I apologize. So encouragement, yet kick our butts too. That's what the challenge is for, y'all. The challenge it's a challenge, right? It's like you need to be guided. You need direction, kind of same thing. You need to be hugged, and then you need to be kicked in the butt. All of it. That's the point of the challenge. So you're inspired, you're informed, and you're pushed. And so that's how you completely can grow and change your life. So y'all, whoever invited you, like Kathy Berry, big shout out. She just tagged Jane. So me, if you get to the level, I hope you're well. Get back to Kathy. Go change your life. So share these out to people. Let's go do this thing, and we'll give you everything we have for you to be as successful as you can. I don't see any questions. I do want to give Jen and give Janet, the 2 J's, give them some love, give them some hearts, give them some. I mean, it takes a lot to get on here and wheel and deal with me. Like I'm all over the place. I talk fast. And so to get on here and do your thing, that's pretty awesome. A friend is concerned about stevia extract in our pro. It's hard to say that stevia is one of the very few universal keto-friendly sweeteners that we can implement with all the naturopathic holistic doctors in the entire world. So it's probably one of the safest things that you could consume. What's the alternatives is not good. How's that? So all our products are all natural, bioidentical. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. All our products are natural, bioidentical, And I would love to see some research on that. And the amount of our sweetener would be very low. So I don't think there's research on that. But I do want you to look up ketones in memory, because I think you'll be pretty blown away what that can do when you look at the cognitive benefits of ketones. And just so you know, Mama Angel, I actually work with the top researchers in the whole world of human cognition. And ketones are the main topic of that. So, and our product. So just keep that in mind. So that people that maybe are Googling something, they probably don't have the real research. They're probably searching somebody or something that probably doesn't have that much scientific evidence or backing. If it did, we would already know about it. So I hope that answered your question. I've been drinking, and you can go to, if you go to Prove It TV or you go to YouTube channels, Prove It YouTube channel, there's tons from the former chairman of NASA to the leading Alzheimer's experts, to the leading cognition experts about what our product has done in a cognitive benefit. So does stevia, I've never seen that research, so I have no idea. I've been drinking one in the morning and another one at lunchtime, then have a healthy supper and add it exercise and more. What is there more I should do? Hey Liz, great. Make sure you eat enough food. That's one meal a day, and then just to get all your nutrients in one meal. That's what I would recommend is maybe you have a small lunch from time to time, 2 or 3 times a week. I would want you to at least eat a lunch. I'm putting out a new program actually really soon. It's something that was developed by Dr. Jacob Wilson. I'll be releasing it soon. Don't hold me on it. I'll probably be about a month, but I'm going to get that out. So I'm going to have 2 mastering fat loss programs. So it's going to give people some changes. One of them is the simple one for the, I don't want to think about anything. And the other one's for my people that are like super perfect and intense and want to do everything by a rule book. I'm going to give them a guidance too. So, no recipe. Well, I have recipe books, but no, I don't do recipes. I think that's a dumb idea. I have a friend. Okay. They got that one done. Any other questions? So Liz, you're doing great. It's how you're feeling. How you're feeling. Just keep this in mind. The simple rule of ketones is drink them once or twice a day, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and start eating more natural, less carb foods. That is the short answer. If everybody just did that, they would get 80% of their success. Now, the other 20% is going to come from exercise, of course, taking care of yourself and sleeping, doing our 24 fast, doing our 60-hour keto reboot. That's the other 20%. So you do the reboot and the fasting in there. And if you're not rebooting, if you're part of our community, you're not rebooting, doing 24 fast, you're making a mistake. You are. It's scientifically the most evident long-term anti-ager that we have is fasting. So you might as well incorporate that in. It's not that hard to do, and it helps accelerate results. And then that way it gives you more flexibility on indulging and enjoying your meals. Father's Day, I had a really good Father's Day. I indulged a little bit. I had some really good meals. I ate things that I wouldn't normally eat. Well, guess what? I 24 fast the next day. Done. Done and done. All right, Peg Free. Hey there. Hey, Peggy. Hi, Peggy Rumble. So if I'm only a little hungry, have some veggies, I would have veggies and protein. My biggest concern, one of my biggest concerns, why I like Keto Pro very often, if you were to say, Dustin, what's your perfect regimen? At 2-a-day servings, I would tell you this. I would do Keto Nat in the morning and Keto Pro in the afternoon, especially if you're above the age of 45. My biggest concern when you get older, above the age of 45 and 50, is that you don't get enough protein. Ladies, most of you don't get enough protein. And it's as you get older, you need to simulate more. Our Keto Pro does that. That's why it's a great 1-2 punch. And then I actually do another Keto Nat, Mexican ketones at night. That's what I do. But I eat 2 to 3 meals every day too. So, but I want you to have that. Why when I fast? So when you fast, Mama Angel asks, when I fast, why do my stools get loose? Because you don't have any bulk. So fiber, I have a fiber video. You can check it out somewhere. I don't know where my videos are at. Come on, probably YouTube, most likely. But I did a fiber video of so insoluble fiber causes your stools to move. Soluble fiber creates bulk. So when you eat fibrous foods, it helps bulk your stools. It's really a bacteria that helps bulk your stools. So a lot of times that people are getting loose stools, especially when you're in a fasting state, you've lost bulk in your stools, and therefore your stools will get loose. That's the main reason why that can happen. So if you want to counter that, try to increase your soluble fibers from vegetables. Janet, I owe you my fiber supplement. You got to text me though, I'll forget. So insoluble fibers, or prebiotic fibers helps bulk up your stools because it increases bacteria in your gut, which is a good thing, the right kind. Literally aging in reverse fasting is everything. Yes, it is. Kathy Berry hit it on the head. I think I missed it. Was putting kids to bed. What is our challenge for day 10 tomorrow? Is tomorrow day 10 or today day 10? I don't remember. Tomorrow's day 10. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So for my 10-day followers, I'm going to be shooting a video and I'll be sending it out to you guys. So your coaching for tomorrow will be coming out soon. And I have some good coaching for you. So just stay tuned for that. All the 10-dayers. Tomorrow's a big day for us. And then we are going to do a follow-up Zoom on Wednesday night. We'll do a last day Zoom. And I want to do a Q&A. It's just all Q&A for people that have questions about what we do next. So we'll get to that. With iron overload, how do I get enough protein? Carol, I would work with your doctor on that with iron overload. Work with your doctor on that. There's probably something else going on. Vitamin C can help simulate that. Is it the other way around? Yeah, work with your doctor on that. I think high level of vitamin C actually can help reduce iron in your system. I used to work with a guy that had challenge with that, but now he's pretty good. What you're going to just have to do is you have to find other ways and use the Keto Pro to get extra protein if that's a limitation for you. But you definitely want to work with your doctor on balancing that aspect out. So tomorrow is day 10. It is, Caitlin. Okay, you're going to get a video pulsed out to you or text out to you shortly for day 10 instructions. This went too long. I maybe missed some people, and I got a training Zoom in 3 minutes I got to get to. So don't Mexican ketones have caffeine? Not all of them. Caffeine and caffeine free. So this one here is caffeine, but I primarily do not do Mexican ketones caffeine. I primarily do caffeine free, and I do them at night. So I mostly at my house is caffeine free. So I want them to do research on that. I sleep and dream better, and I would say probably 1 out of, I don't know, 3 people I give the non-caffeine ketones to, they sleep better. So I use Keto Pro at night for sleep, Mitoplex at night for sleep, and then Mexican ketones, and I rotate it and play with it all. So, yo, I gotta go. Get back to whoever invited you. And listen, next Tuesday, we're going to do this again next Tuesday. So invite people to this. If you have questions, if you want to come on and do a live with me, I'm working on a new way of doing this so that we don't have to turn the phone, because I think that's just kind of tacky. So I'm working on it. So be patient with me. Y'all, have a good night. Cheers.